Hi folks, we're back with this plugged in. The last episode was a budget episode, I think around under $600. This episode, we're doing kind of affordable vintage, aren't we, Daniel?
Yeah, so classic vintage under $2,200?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a Marauder, dude.
It's a Marauder, dude. Coronado 2 from 1967, cherry red. What? This is
a swinger from the 60s.
a swinger from the 60s. Wild dog setting. Well, I suppose we might as well plug it in, right?
I buy a lot of the vintage stuff here. Well, there's a whole buying team that buys vintage. And and we all love affordable vintage. And yes, I know affordable is very subjective.
It is.
I think what we're trying to do here is just pick some interesting things that will get you the vintage vibe, right?
Yeah.
Will get you into the vintage world. Mm-hmm. And we all know that some vintage stuff can be very expensive.
Of course.
It's also very subjective.
Yeah.
And speaking of subjective, by the way, here at CME, long time ago, we kind of put a line in the sand and said everything that is the 70s. So 79, vintage. 80, no longer vintage. But that's not really.
Time ago,
That was a while ago. So maybe we have to move that line. So maybe we should ask the public. What does the public think? What is vintage these days?
Is it 2006 onwards? Do you think 20 years?
I mean, I've always heard.
No, I refuse to. No, I can't do that. 2006 feels like yesterday to me. That's not.
It does, yeah, to us, but
Yeah. I don't know. This is a seriously good question to ask. I mean, I don't think that's vintage. Like, some people are like, oh, 90s guitars are vintage. It's like, no, it's not. And this is going to be a very divided. Nick, what do you think?
Is the Matrix vintage?
Wow. That's really interesting to think about. Think about that. Is The Matrix now a vintage classic film?
Vintage is 25 years.
I wasn't far off.
Hard stop. Cars, registration for plates, 25 years.
2001 is the new
All right.
vintage.
Well, there you go. There you go. Now that changes everything. You know,
Wow.
that means that I'm ancient.
I've got a couple of vintage guitars then.
You have your vintage collection just expanded.
By 2. But no, those are like, no one's asked that then. They're like,
Oh God, this is
from Argos. So. But it does make sense. All right, rewind back to 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Saying a guitar from 1975 is vintage. That sounds more correct than what
Right.
we're discussing now.
exactly. It is a wind up.
Marauder.
Marauder.
Marauder. AW in the middle there, Marauder.
Marauder.
Anyway.
I think it's just a marauder.
Marauder.
Yeah. It's a marauder, dude.
It's a Marauder, dude.
These guitars existed for a short time, but wow, this is exceedingly clean.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, look at this hardware. Looks brilliant. Look, I've never seen these bridges. Their nickname is the harmonica
Yeah,
bridge because
yeah.
it kind of looks like a harmonica. They're usually never that clean. That's kind of ridiculous. That's crazy. That's crazy clean.
Interesting pickups as well.
Anyway, I don't know what year is it. 1982, 70,
79.
79. Oh yeah,
79.
vintage. 79. There you go.
And it is $1,295.
Think about that. A guitar that's how old?
What, 47 years? There you go.
American made, yeah. And you know, where Gibson was cutting some corners, whatever, let's not call it that. Where Gibson was making this a more affordable model is, you know, bolt-on neck. But there's another brand that was pretty famous.
They did all right.
That did pretty good with bolt-on necks, right? But yeah, these were definitely representative of an era for sure, which is unquestionably vintage. This is a great way to get into the vintage world because it's relatively inexpensive, and I think they're good guitars. You know,
It feels all right.
yeah.
Right, might as well plug it in then, right?
I think you really should.
Let's
or
do
people
it.
will get mad.
Right, so we're plugged into the Marauder. Again, 1979 Walnut. It's under $1,300. It feels pretty good. Quite a unique thing going on here. So we're clean. It's so a little bit of rhythm all the way.
So that is the pickup selector. It's got to be,
essentially
right?
the pickup select. Kind of breaking up a little
More
bit.
beef there, yeah.
go kind of to the R itself. All the way on the treble. Sounds okay.
That does have a little tiny thing.
Yeah, definitely kind of sounds telly-ish. Yeah, I mean,
That's nice.
It's quite a nice warm tone on there. Feel-wise, it feels great. I've got to say, set up nicely. These look massive though, don't they?
It does, yeah.
Plays really well. Let's go into a little bit of overdrive. So I'm plugged into the 1959 Marshall Super Lead pedal. I've kind of, what have I got it on? The high treble all the way at 10. Should I not do that?
I mean, we'll see what it sounds like,
see.
yeah.
Not bad. Maybe turn the volume up slightly, or
Yeah, you can bring it up a little bit.
tone. Let's bring the tone up. So we've turned off the Marshall pedal. It sounds good. We're going with the actual natural kind of overdrive from the amp. So we turned up. It's a 1976 Princeton Reverb. Quite nice that. Now you can be kind of delicate with it as well. I suppose we'll change
All the way, baby.
a little
maybe
bit
halfway.
A little bit woofy there. Yeah, we'll kind of meet halfway. Yeah, I mean, it's great feeling guitar. Cheap for a vintage one as well.
Some good sounds in there.
Yeah. A bit interesting trying to work that, I think.
Yeah, the tone, I guess it's a tone knob, but it's not.
But
or
it's
a
not.
pickup selector knob.
Yeah. So it's a bit odd, I suppose, in one sense. But yeah. There we go, sounds good. Right, this is number 2, I believe. These, you know, I've played a few of these before. I love them.
They're awesome. I think they, I mean, first of all, those pickups are really unique and beautiful sounding pickups. You got a Fender, you know, so a Fender's kind of scale length situation with a hollow body thing. So you have a mixture of two major brands, right?
Yeah.
Ironically designed by the same person that designed Rickenbacker. So it's like a mixture of everything,
Yeah.
you know, into one guitar. And I think they're awesome.
Again, it's in great nick as
I
well.
used to own one and I sold it and I still regret it.
Yeah. What color was it?
It was the most beat up Lake Placid blue
Yeah.
that you've ever seen.
Coronado 2 from 1967, Cherry Red.
So this is $25.95 on the tag, but it's price dropped on the website at your limit for this video, so we should include it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
$2.50 over, technically.
Yeah, yeah,
Giving out bargains today.
Yeah,
We love it.
absolutely.
Why not?
yeah. Feeling good.
But I mean, I know this from like Elvis.
Yeah, such a cool guitar. I mean, you got a Fender headstock
Yeah.
on a body that's very reminiscent of other companies,
Yeah.
semi-hollows and hollow bodies. with pickups that really look like pickups from another brand. And so, but it's a bolt-on Fender, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, this guitar is ridiculously
It's clean, isn't it? Yeah.
That's beautiful. I mean, some surface scratches and whatnot, but I mean,
you'd expect that.
Very pretty, very bright red.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, an amazing way to get into the vintage vibe, the vintage feel, vintage sound for relatively inexpensive, you know.
Considering. Could go cheaper.
Yeah, the single pickup is obviously going to be a little bit cheaper. I love that Sunburst.
I don't think I've seen like a single pickup version of them.
Well, now you have. It's right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's cool, but I mean, this is way cooler than that.
You know, there's some people who really, who just only use neck pickups, and that's fine for them. I do like the versatility of obviously the two pickup. And those pickups in the bridge sound. They're jingly. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, definitely. Gorgeous guitar. This is, of course, the Fender Coronado 2 from 1967.
Looks really good in the light.
Does it look good, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what happened there, but that's okay. We're not going to allow that. But yeah, I personally associate this with Elvis. That doesn't mean you have to play Elvis on it, but I probably will. So, I'll give it a blast, I suppose. Plays really well. Change pickups. That's really nice, I gotta say. Yeah. Plays really good.
That last run, that was Elvis. Do-do-do.
Not quite. Not quite.
That sounds good.
It's you know, this is lovely, I gotta say. Elvis-ish, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, this is a really great playing guitar, I've got to say. On the cleaner side of overdriven, well, no, it's going to be pretty overdriven.
You dig in, it gets pretty hairy,
yeah.
Some juice in there.
Yeah. It's a cool guitar.
It's a cool guitar.
It's a great guitar.
Well said.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, good price for a really great condition 1967 Fender Coronado. So, come check it out. You didn't fancy getting on the ladder, Daniel, no?
No, I'm okay. I've paid my dues. I've gone down these ladders for almost 2 decades at this point. So.
Almost vintage amount of time.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this is quite an odd looking guitar. I've not seen one of these. What? This
was such an innovative brand. This guy made some really awesome stuff back in the day. And this has had some modifications, which is why, these are not terribly expensive guitars anyway, but because of that, I think this is going to be in the range of what you're talking about. And, $16.95,
Okay.
so well below the limit that you set. And yeah, his trims were absolutely beautiful works of art. But this is the craziest thing, like super early, adjustable nuts.
Yeah.
So you can really, and you can see how he carves into the fretboard.
See that?
So you can have more space to intonate the G string.
I've never seen it.
It's very cool. Yeah, they're funky. One of the funkiest things that takes some getting used to with this guitar is the way the neck joint is. It's beefy, chunky over there.
Yeah.
And access is, you have access to all the frets, but it's not super ergonomic. Yeah. We just have 60s. These can be a little difficult to date.
Oh.
Unlike some Fenders and Gibsons that had all these very specific appointments that you can date something by. This has a serial number. It's 2656. It's very low serial number.
Okay.
It's definitely 60s, and it seems to have 2 mini humbuckers, which is not typical for this guitar. So I have a feeling it's going to be cool. But that's what's cool about affordable vintage is that you can also, first, this is just funky and interesting and cool, and you can't buy a new guitar that is like this right now. The only way to get something like this is to buy vintage.
Yeah. So we are plugged into the Swinger, the micro fret Swinger from the 60s.
A swinger from the 60s.
A Swinger from the 60s. You're no stranger to a bit of swinging, right, Drew? The odd thing is, or the odd thing to me is, so that is the bridge. And here's the neck. Or what you would normally
It does
have.
kind of look like it's upside down, like just the guitar in general.
It's just an odd.
The horn goes,
Yeah. And obviously a lot going on here. But we'd see how it sounds.
Sounds okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds pretty good,
I
right?
feel like it's got a Fender-y sound.
Definitely a
Yeah.
Fender-y sound. It's, like I said, it's a very unique guitar. It wouldn't be my thing now, I'll be honest.
The sounds aren't as weird as the guitar looks.
Yeah.
It
It sounds fine, It does play all right. A little bit of a setup needed just to bring the action down a touch. So Daniel mentioned about, if you're going high up.
the neck is kind of,
Yeah, but, do you really need to go past it? Oh, you do. I'm joking, of course you do. But yeah, quite an interesting guitar. Oh, what is it? I'm not going to do it with that hand position. Again, you can almost kind of get a telly sound from it.
That was crazy.
Play some Polyphia on it. If
Yeah.
you know.
It's
Why not?
perfect.
Or wherever it is, I can't remember it now.
That's strange.
Yeah,
I like your footstool, by the way.
Yeah, nice. I don't know. I just kind of use them a lot.
Yeah.
At home. I like to slouch on this big,
Yeah.
enormous beer caramel keg.
Yes, that is
It's a big keg.
Donkey Kong barrel.
Oh yeah,
That's what we were saying. You got to do. We're gonna add it to the guitar gauntlet.
that's it. You know,
And one of the stages is somebody rolls that at you. And you have
There
to,
you go. Yeah, so we've turned the amp up a little bit, a lot actually. So here is slightly overdriven.
just slightly.
Just slightly. Yeah. That's cracking
It's
me up.
very microphonic. Yeah.
But yeah, here is the Swinger, folks. So come get it and maybe go swing with the guitar a little bit. You know? Have some fun with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks, any ideas for these episodes, please let us know. We do read all the comments and we will do our best to accommodate them.
You know what video is going to be awesome?
Right.
One of these days there's always people in these videos who comment, oh, Nathaniel can play anything.
No,
he can make
I
a
can't.
shoe sound great.
I can't.
He can make a broom with a single string sound great. We are going to actually build all those instruments someday, and there will be a video where you will play a shoe, a tuna can,
A shovel.
a shovel,
That's been done though, I think, hasn't it?
whatever.
I'll try it though.
We have to do it.
Let's do it.
That's going to be a great video.
Right, number 4. Follow me, Daniel.
I am following you.
You're going to follow me.
What is guitar number 4?
And Oliver McBurney. He was a footballer, by the way. I don't know why I've thought of that.
I have no idea who that is.
I tell you what, a nice colour.
It's a tobacco sunburst type situation, but two-tone. Yeah. These are,
The tuners are two-tone as well.
oh, look at that.
So wait, now 1977 Honeyburst, Burny, yeah, it's cheap.
They are inexpensive Les Paul killers. At least some people certainly think so.
Yeah.
Obviously inspired by that guitar originally.
For these?
They had to. Jeez, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Definitely.
Heavy enough
Yeah, they're, true to their...
to what they were going for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're not light. And you can see why. I mean, I can count like 6 pieces of wood that this is made out of. Yeah. And it has a 3-piece top. Look at the side of the body. You can see like several. It is a pink body that has like, I mean, it's true, kind of 70s Les Paul type situation. But this is clearly supposed to be like a 59 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to plugging it in.
Yeah. But a 59 Sunburst Les Paul would not be in the budget video.
No.
Right.
No, it probably wouldn't. Right. All right, we're plugged into the Burny. So this is, I can't remember the year.
77.
77, it's $850. Feels nice. Let's quick.
It looks like a Les Paul.
Yeah, a little glance.
Yeah. Does it feel like a?
Feels like a Les Paul. You know, it doesn't feel like a burst. No, I'm not saying that. It feels good though, you know. Oh, it's gone out. Gone out. But yeah, no, it does feel nice. Yeah, good feeling guitar. Neck feels nice. You know, if you were to, you know, blindfold me and just give me this, yeah,
You'd feel around and be like, that's a Les Paul.
It feels like a Les Paul. Yeah, I mean, it feels good. Yeah, it feels good.
That was a crazy sound. Oh, you broke the string?
I didn't bend the string. Should we play it or no?
Sound like a canyon.
So a unique guitar. It's actually a cool guitar. You know, it sounds good. Plays good as well. We will sort out the string before we put it back on the floor. But that is the Burny.
Yeah. Is this the last one?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's. You look very happy about it being the last one. I'm joking. I generally don't know what this is.
No. Oh,
What?
oh shit.
Look at that. I mean, that's crazy.
That's super cool.
I've not seen that before.
That is awesome, and that has been very modified in a very cool way, actually, that I really like. Like this bridge situation right here is not original, and they made it way more
Playable, staying in tune-ish.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice.
Oh, they made it worse.
Yeah. No, it's
Complicated now.
it can be intonated better, and those brass saddles probably sound good with these pickups. I mean, it's going to be very Telly-esque. But yeah, look at that.
Look at this. Yeah, look. Can you see what that says there? Wild Dog setting.
Wow.
It's on the Wild Dog right now. Wild Dog treble jazz split sound. It's quite odd to go from jazz
If you play jazz in any other setting,
other than Wild Dog.
that guitar literally, in fact, it just won't put out any sound at all.
No.
As soon as it recognizes certain extensions that, you know, are jazzy,
Yeah.
then it'll actually put out some sound.
You play an altered chord, forget about it. It's just that.
I love these guitars.
But
Honestly, I just wish they played better. And a lot of times they don't play very well. They have intonation issues, but they look so cool. They sound super unique. And if set up right, they can be great.
Yeah.
You know, but this definitely qualifies for your video. It is going to be a budget vintage piece, and it is quirky and interesting and cool. You know, what's funny is there are modern versions of some of these, And they just, some of these imperfections that I'm talking about are what kind of give some of these vintage instruments their character.
Yeah.
And so you can have something brand new like this that's made in Asia or, you know, somewhere, and it's made way better in a lot of ways than the originals, but
It doesn't have the magic
exactly.
of trying to fight a guitar. All right, so we are plugged into the Ampeg. Remember, 1963, and it's just under $1,600. So, we got tone rolled off slightly, volume.
And we're on the jam.
I mean, this is the jazz setting, apparently. Wait, one more time.
Jazz.
Ish. So, I mean, it's funny, like when I do this.
Yeah.
We'll fix that.
All right, what else you got? It's the next one.
So we got treble. So jazz. Treble.
Wait, is it just the pickup selector? Like treble would be bridge, you know?
I have no idea. So here's jazz. Treble. And wild dog. Wolf wolf. It's a very odd guitar. The whammy, which is okay.
Pretty deep. It goes down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the drum. I do love the look of the pickups. I don't know if they're any good.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe they're great. I don't
they
know.
sound okay. It sounds like maybe a little limiting, like, you know.
Yeah. It's a quite a cool looking guitar. Should we go to Wild Dog?
Yeah, I think
Oh, we're
press
on Wild
some-
Dog. We're on
press
Wild
some
Dog.
Wild Dog, yeah.
Let's see. Can we name these dog tunes?
Yeah, do all your dog, any dog song that you know.
Let me see. This isn't going to be completely correct tuning, I know. There's one.
There's one.
Do you know that one? No? There's the other one.
Did you say the name of it earlier?
No.
Okay, then no.
I mean, there's two.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog. There's got to be a bunch more. Born to be Wild, you could go on the other side.
So there's Born to be Wild.
Yeah.
Now, if you start doing Born, then there's...
Yeah.
Or
Wild Thing.
Sorry.
Wild Thing.
Wild Thing.
Yeah.
There's Born to Run.
Somehow that song has made it into like 30% of these episodes.
I
Like
don't know why.
even like just randomly, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all the dog songs we got.
Yeah.
There's
Maybe try
Police Dog Blues, Blind Blake.
there you go.
And that's
You
a
know,
wacky tune.
Didn't you on a?
About a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It does something like this.
Or maybe you were talking to Oates about it.
I think we were chatting to John Oates about Police Dog Blues, yeah. Messing around here. Obviously, quite a lot of reverb.
Yeah.
Do you know what, probably my favourite thing about this is actually
It looks good. Yeah. I mean, it's staying in tune pretty well.
Yeah.
You were slamming on it.
Real. Yeah, quite a wacky guitar. Someone's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I'm not asked about tuners normally, but
yeah,
got a nice.
They look cool.
But yeah, very kind of an iconic looking guitar, cool looking guitar.
What's your pick?
What is my pick? Do you know what? Let me see. I would probably go. Oh, it's the Coronado.
Coronado?
Yeah, definitely. You?
I think so. Yeah.
I
do like the micro frets just for being weird.
Yeah, for me definitely the Coronado.
Yeah.
But I suppose that is it, folks. So this was, a budget episode for vintage guitars specifically. Again, let us know any ideas of what you'd like to see. It could be anything. We do read the comments, so please let us know if we can do something better or if we need to change something. But specifically ideas on future episodes. And until then, thank you for watching all these videos. We do appreciate it, and we will see you next time.